give you something real. Show me what you really feel. Don't let time get away from us. Only got this moment now. Whole world in your eyes, and I feel your light like the first time. My soul in your hands. This is our one chance. Waiting my whole life. Just try tonight. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. This is not the end. Everything just beginning. Just beginning.
G'day Kryptonites, and welcome to an episode of Diary of a Crypto Noob. I am your host, Sister Gold, and boy oh boy, haven't we had a frantic 24 hours. And I have to apologize for my absence for the last almost 2 weeks. I've had a few issues. I've got the flu and was run down and a bit sick. So, but hopefully all of that is over and I am here. I'm healthy and yeah. So, what I want to talk to you about is this bull run over? I personally don't think it is. I think this is this is testing how people are. Like, you know, if you are the ones that have run out and sold your crypto and dropped out and gone, oh, not for me, or if you have got strong hands and are holding on or hobbling on to dear life. I think that watching it, I watched it last night go, you know, my portfolio dropped 15 grand and then come back up, and now, you know, it's gone up 8 grand, you know, in the time. So personally, I think this is just testing, and it's also letting everyone know this is a volatile market. You know, you don't get gains without the volatility. You know, the slingshot is being pulled right back. Will it be a good dismount? Who knows? Like, this might be something that will end up, you know, we might end up with a really good outcome from this. And every time it does have these drops in the market, you will find that the actual there's the chart, the Nupal chart. There is a chart that indicates how close we are to the end of this bull run. Now, when we have massive drops, what happens is it pulls back from the end of the bull run. So these drops can actually work in our favor so that we can then earn, or we can make better money off them. Because people go from being too greedy to being a bit fearful. My personal look, if I had some spare money, I'd be putting it I would have been buying up coins, and I would have put, you know, more into it. But not all of us have that luxury of being able to continue to buy, you know, every time it drops and that sort of thing. So, and you're not going to know whether or not you're buying at the bottom or whether or not you're buying at the middle, or, you know. So these are things that you will, that's why my personal advice, not financial advice whatsoever, but my personal favorite is dollar cost averaging in, which is every payday putting in, $20 or $50 or what you can afford. Skip out on those coffees and take your own from home, and use that money to put in, because in the end you'll be thankful for it. And whereas a coin may not have cost you as much as putting in a lump sum in one go. I think, personally, I also think that if you've dollar cost averaged in, a drop like this isn't so scary, because you can go, oh well, half of it I've paid, in lower prices than this. Some of it I've paid in higher prices, but on average, I'm breaking even, or I'm still doing better. And that goes for when you exit as well. If you dollar cost average out, if you have another spike after you've taken a bit of money out, that's okay. You've still got money in there. You haven't taken out that lump sum and gone, damn, I missed out on that. I think also it depends on what your plan is. If your plan is to make quick cash and get out, this drop is probably going to be a lot scarier than someone's plan of, in 4 to 8 years I'm going to start taking money out, or that's when I want to be, if you've got a long-term vision, it can. So this all comes down to your mindset. Are you looking for the quick grab, or are you looking for the retirement fund? Personally, retirement fund. I hope to one day be able to use this cash to retire on. So I have a long-term vision. These are things that are going to, make things, obviously it doesn't feel good when you get a 53% drop. It's, it can be super scary and gut-wrenching almost, well, it is gut-wrenching, especially when that's what you're, when it comes down to, if you've put all your cash in there and this is money that you can't afford to lose, then you really probably should be looking at ending the bull market sooner than later. My bull market is going to continue on. Yours might have ended today or yesterday, or it might end in a week's time. That is all up to you. And don't let any YouTuber or anything give you the hope. If you've made the money that you want to make, exit. Be happy and exit. If you haven't and you've got a longer term vision, then you might need to consider that this is not the bull run that's going to make you all the money. It might be the next one or the one after that. And that's where your dollar cost averaging really helps. And focus on coins that are going to be around for the long term. Don't go into these speculative coins that have no use case whatsoever. You know, you see them all the time. You know, I see a lot of new people going into these Doge coins and Shiba coins, and I think, well, and they're doing it because YouTubers or Facebook has told them that that's where they're going to make their millions. Sure, you could. I'm not saying you couldn't, but you might not. Let's face it, you might not. You might put your money in there and, you know, come out with 10% of what you put in there. That is a possibility, you know, and it's all going to depend on when you put the money into the market, and how you've done it. So I really hope that you do a bit of soul searching, that you've got a plan in place to what your idea is. What are you doing in this market? You know, was that dip a bit too gut-wrenching for you? And maybe you should be in stocks or shares or something that are a little less volatile. If you've got the long-term vision, you know, that dip shouldn't really have worried you too much. You know, just keep putting some money in and just keep dollar cost averaging in, and you will work out that everything that you've worked for in the next couple of years is going to be worth it. It really will be, because this market goes on cycles, and the cycles are that, you know, and it is going to go up and it's going to go down. What goes up must come down, and so on. You know, it might not come down as far as when you started. Like I started last year. I personally don't think that we're going to see the figures that we saw last year again. So if you've been in the market that long, then you can pretty much sort of say, well, okay, whatever money I make, you know, and it might be an idea that when you hit a certain mark, that you take out your initial investment, or almost your initial investment. You know, if you put in $2,000, maybe take out 15 grand, or, you know, $2,000, 1,500. Maybe take out that 1,500 so that way, this is only this market's, you know, and then maybe another 500, and eventually take out your initial investment. And so that all the money that you have got within crypto, it's not yours anyway. You know, it wasn't yours before, but it could be yours after. So you may find that when you do that, you can sit and you can sleep better. I'm going to sleep well tonight. I slept well last night, you know, and I watched it go from, you know, drop. I watched the drop. I was awake for the drop. I watched it and I went, holy moly. You know, that was intense, you know, but it was kind of exciting too. I mean, maybe I'm a bit twisted in the head. I don't know, you know. I watched it drop and I thought, right, crypto's gone on sale, you know, and the people that have got money, they're going to snap up a bargain, you know. So what I've heard through, you know, a few different sources and that, was that this was an organized dump. The dump, and this is, again, like the market, can be very speculation. It might not be true, so don't hold me to it. It's just rumors, you know. We're playing a game of Chinese whispers at the moment, and this could all be Purple Monkey dishwasher. But let's face it, we've had Elon Musk, you know, saying he doesn't want to be in Bitcoin because it's not green enough for him. You know, the energy that they use a lot of energy. Look, you can find, if you can look it up, and Bitcoin is not the energy sucking you know, thing that it's been made out to be. And let's face it, if it did suck that much energy, then the miners wouldn't be making that much money, and there would be no point in them actually doing this, because the cost would outweigh the actual reward. A lot of them go to, from what I've been told, a lot of them go to hydrotherapy, like the hydro electrics. So, you know, water, there's solar, there's windmills, you know, the wind turbines, you know. So they want to keep their costs down as much as possible, and the only way to do that is with green energy, or what they call green energy. Let's face it, it's not, if you delve deeper into this green energy, it's not as green as what it is, what it sounds like, you know. The stuff that they use to make solar panels has to be mined, right? So that's no different to what they're doing with electricity, you know, and coal. The wind turbines, the grease that they use to keep the windmills spinning is so toxic, it can burn through your skin. So, and then once these have got a lifespan, you know, I know solar panels have got a lifespan of 25 years. So what happens after that? They don't get recycled. They get shoved in a hole and buried. Well, that's not very green. That's another form of pollution. You know, wind turbines, they have to be buried too, with that toxic grease into the ground. I mean, you can't tell me that doesn't have an effect on the earth. So how green is your energy, you know? So really, until we make a better, you know, energy source, the renewable energy is only a smidge bit better than what our you know, normal electricity that we, you know, use is. Now, Elon Musk with his Teslas, like, he's going to need lithium for those. And that's going to have to be mined. So that's not that green. In my opinion, that's not that green. And yet you're going to have to plug it into an electricity source. And not everybody has solar, and not everybody has wind turbines. So there goes the whole, these are a much better option sort of thing, you know, like, unless you're charging them with the you know, hydro electricity, there's still mining involved, and they're still extracting minerals and metals and that out of the earth that really, you know, is still a damage to the earth. It's still removing trees and removing, things that we need to extract that out of the earth. So just keep in mind that a lot of this FUD or this, with Elon Musk is unfounded. Really, he can tweet all he wants. And don't get me wrong, I actually quite like Elon Musk. I think he's got a great business head on his shoulders. I mean, he wouldn't have gotten where he was if he didn't have a great business head on his shoulders. And I'm not going to say that I like him or I don't like him or, I do like him, I admire his business sense, but, he's still a human being like the rest of us, and we all make mistakes. So don't put him up on a pedestal because he liked Bitcoin and then take him off the pedestal because he doesn't like Bitcoin. We all stuff up from time to time. So, unless he's doing it vindictively to ruin a person, which is would be a nasty thing. I don't think that he's, and just because he doesn't like something that you might like, doesn't make him a bad person. Might make him misinformed or uneducated in that area, but you have to admire the fact that he has made a lot of money through magical business sense. China is trying to ban Bitcoin. That is another thing that's been happening lately. Well, good on China, really. I mean, we're talking about a country that won't even let people in to investigate the source of the yeah, we won't say the word because apparently that's an algorithm that can have someone booted off the YouTube. But, yeah, they have their own agenda. Let's face it. They have their own agenda, and it ain't to help you out, So, but if you're Chinese and you want to own Bitcoin, you will still own Bitcoin. That's, decentralized exchanges, VPNs, they will always work and you'll be able to get your cryptocurrency. Or you might have your cousin or whatever in another country and you probably send them money to put on it for you. There are ways around banning. So when countries say that they're going to ban it, it's really, if people want to own Bitcoin, they will own Bitcoin. If they want to own Ethereum, they'll own Ethereum. So don't be scared off by countries, governments dictating to people that they can or can't own something, because it will happen. My little phone going off. I might just turn that off. Yeah, so the other thing is I just want to the other thing that there was is the organized dump. Now apparently there was a person, don't know names, that this was against, and they've bought Bitcoin and they wanted to dump it to be able to liquidate this person. Could be true, might not be, you know, could be a bit of purple monkey dishwasher, Chinese whispers, who knows? But it happened. And it does look like an organized dump when you look at it. It doesn't look like, it really doesn't look like a natural dump. The fact that it has come back so nicely today, it may not be at the figures that it was at, but the fact that it has come up nicely, personally, I'm just taking it as a lesson. This is a lesson to show you what cryptocurrency can do. Now, if you want to stay in the market a little bit longer and take it out before, you know, the actual proper dump, because this was a bit too much, go for it. Nobody is stopping you. No one will look at you differently or whatever. But don't take it out if you've lost money. If you are less than what you started with, then my advice is wait. Wait and see what happens. Now, I could have easily taken out my money last night when I saw that I'd lost 50% of my portfolio. And then I could have looked at it today and gone, damn, I could have started making that money back. And that's the risk we take. You know, it can happen in the stock market. It can happen with your superannuation. You know, so just go make a cup of tea, breathe. You know, if you need to walk away from the markets for a few days and come back and look at it in a few days' time, that's fine too. But personally, I think that this is only the beginning, and I believe that the market becomes more volatile towards the end. So strap on those boots and don't put on your big boy pants and your big girls blouses and hold on for dear life, because we're on one hell of a bull ride. You know, if you've ever watched a bull ride, it ain't a smooth ride. Those things buck like hell. So hold on for dear life, you know, and hodl that. That's really my advice at the moment. Not financial advice again. I'm not going to say that, you know, you should sell or whatever, but you need to look within yourself and find those answers. And I think you'll find those answers in look at what your plan is. What is your plan? Is it to gain quick buck, or is it a long-term plan? Though that will then answer what you do now. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and bell bottom that bell. Just dingle that bell, and you know, thumbs up and you know, subscribe, and you'll know when I put some content up. I am going to try and plan to put more content up. I'm sorry about the last 2 weeks. You know, it's been a bit sketchy, and I will get back onto my A to Z's of crypto lingo and but I really felt like I needed to come on today to talk to you all, because as I said, I am here to hold your hand through those tough times, to celebrate those good wins with you, and to give you that shoulder to cry on. But be good, and if you can't be good at it. And thank you for joining me today, and love to you all. Bye bye, Kryptonites. Bye bye.